JB Cycles here with a video on July the 7th and all you need to know for this summer. I have started my summer vacation now and I don't know if I will be able to make any more videos before August. So let's have a look. I think we just made a 10-week oscillation low. And I think we should look for an early top sometime late July, early August. However, you could say this previous 10-week cycle had this shape, and it looks very similar to where we are now. So could we start a correction perhaps already next week? That's possible, but as I will show you later in the video, I don't think that's most likely. So let's zoom out. We have the 3.5-year cycle. It's been dominant in the US markets for over 200 years. Primarily, my opinion was nothing bearish will happen this year. And normally, I would look for a bull market top next winter, spring, perhaps even next summer. But we have the bigger 28-year cycle, and it's topping, this decade. And it suggests this current 3.5-year cycle should be very weak and maybe top out right now. And one analog is the cycle from the 1970s. That one topped around, I think, September this year would be a comparison. So maybe we should look for an early top in this 3.5-year cycle. And when looking at historical 3.5-year cycles, we see some of them are short, around 2 years long, and they often have a clear A, B, C shape. Here I have used a wavelet plugin to identify some, oscillations or cycles. So if this really is a bearish, short, left translated 3.5-year cycle, where should we look for a top? Well, I've done some pattern recognition and looked at all of these analogs, I have found two scenarios. I find either, we are in A, B, C possibly, and this last C move could have two configurations. Either in purple here we see A, B, C, and that one projects a top around August the 10th. And then we have the other scenario here in blue. It suggests an A, B, C, D, E formation. And that would give us, then we should start some kind of correction around next week into a low in August, and then the final top early November. So, that corresponds to what I began with in this video. Could we correct down starting next week, similar to the previous 10-week cycle, or have we started a new one and we'll make a top in August? So now we have to evaluate. Let's see. So I have the VIX wavelet. That one is suggesting the VIX has topped, it's going down, and inverted for the S&P, we have made a low and we're going up. So this one is suggesting we have started a new 10-week cycle. Not that we are topping and need to go down, but this could fail. This wavelet could give us a wrong signal. But if that's a correct signal, I've found two analogs from the recent years, because this 10-week cycle low was, it was very shallow. And we have some analogs where this 10-week cycle is very shallow. And those are from 2021. They suggest we could have a pullback coming up really soon, but then a higher high and then a correction. And here similarly, pullback coming up very soon, but a higher high and then a correction. So this is supporting no correction next week, but only a pullback, and the correction starting probably in August. So we have the Dow Jones. So here's the 4-week cycle for the Dow Jones Industrial Index, and we see we have very nice lows at the 4-week cycle low, and I think this is a 10-week cycle low, and here in black I have the 4-week offset. You know, we need the coming week or weeks, we need to gain momentum, otherwise we could break down early. But you know, here I have the advanced decline line and the 10-week cycle, and here I'm comparing with the New York Composite, and we see the New York Composite Index has been going down since, well, the geomagnetic storm around May the 10th, and it's oversold. The advanced decline line is oversold. It's starting to curl up. It looks like, indeed, this is a 10-week cycle low, similar to the summation index for the McClellan oscillator. It looks like it's oversold, it's curling up. And if we compare with the previous bull market top, it could be very similar to this one. I think we need to see a last move up, the summation to go up, the advanced decline line to go up. So we have my cycles, my 3 cycles, and the composite of these 3 is also, it's suggesting we should not look for more downside right now. We should look for a top around late July or early August. The individual cycles, this one is still going up, this one is going up, and the 10-week is going up. So the cycles are not telling me to look for downside, but for upside. So in the 4-week cycle for the S&P is suggesting weakness next week, but that should only be a pullback, maybe a retest of this range that we broke out of, and then we have to look for a top sometime here, late July, but maybe more likely early August sometime. I can't really tell which one. And if we look at the hourly data for the Dow Jones Industrial, this is very weak. We can't really break out of this triangle. We need to gain momentum here, and otherwise it could fail. But I do expect this to break out to the upside, because you know I have this, what I call my money flow triangles, and to allow for a bigger correction here, we first need a bigger inflow of money that then has to be shaken out again. So I can't really see a good setup for a top here yet. We need, you know, we need to go up and test the previous all-time high, and then it allows for a bigger downswing. So that's I think it for this video. I don't think it is a long 10-week cycle that where we are still making a top. I think we made a low previous week and have started a new 10-week cycle, but this one will be very choppy and weak and more bearish left translated, and then we have to look for a possible deep correction in August, September. That's my main scenario. So, you know, this is under the assumption that this is a bearish short ABC bull market. The other alternative is we just rally into to Christmas. But yeah, this is my main scenario. Don't look for a correction very soon, but a topping formation over the next weeks into August sometime. So, have a nice summer.